And we're live. Karalyn from Dawn Patrol.
Hello.
So, hey folks, thanks for bearing with us. I had additional technical difficulties. So anyway, it's 7:19, and we'll get rolling here. What'll be fun is can you see the count on the there's two people, and it always starts out with two people, and it's probably Braden and Natalie from work. so so let me get the comments set up here, and we'll get started. All right. Okay. I think I have the comments. So one of the things tonight is I'm without Will, my sidekick, so he can't be monitoring the comments. So it'll be I really won't see the comments. So Natalie and Braden, if you're on, just I don't know, just send like red flares or something and to let me know if something's not right. But anyway, and we're having to kind of I'm using my phone to broadcast Karalyn's audio, so so bear with that, and we'll do our best. All right, let me get my folder out. I got quite the folder on this. This is introduction, episode 5, and it really it's about local music, and it's really the interview with Karalyn Willis here on the show, and she's with Karalyn and the Dawn Patrol, the band, who's been Karalyn. It's been, I remember you were doing that in 2006, maybe. Where some of the NSLD folks went out and saw you, and I missed that. I couldn't go.
That was my first band, Lady in the Trance.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
More of a punk band.
Yeah. Punk. Yeah. That's right, because you were edgy and punk back then. I regret that I missed that. I really do. I really do. That's fabulous.
And, I mean, I would still be doing it now, but
right.
They would. I mean, you can't get as many gigs by just playing punk music all night. So.
Right, unless you're like in LA or yeah. If you were in LA or New York City, right. And this is very interesting. Like instantly connects to that kind of thing where, hey, I would love to do that, but it's just not practical. Like in Florida or Brevard, because you did right,
Well, it's touristy, and
right.
People don't want to, like, I mean, a lot of places where we play, people are having dinner first,
Yeah.
So that's not very conducive. Punk music is not very conducive to those kind of acts.
let the record show you could, but you can't experience dinner listening to a punk rock band on stage. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but most people don't.
Okay.
I mean, I might do it,
but we'll have to have separate conversations about punk sometime. I have a limited knowledge, but for instance, my brother was into Iggy Pop back in '75. And when he moved on from Iggy Pop, he gave me Search and Destroy, the record. And we're talking albums and LPs. And I was in my bedroom in 9th grade listening to Search and Destroy Iggy Pop. So, well, that's a different thing. Yeah.
That's cool, though. That's awesome.
It is cool. And yeah. And so I've mentioned since the beginning of these, not every time, my brother Bud, he's 7 years older than I am, and he was my biggest influence, like hands down, from when I was 6 and 7. And then later on, 10, 11, and 12, giving me albums. He would blow through music. He was on for instance, at one point it was Skinnerd and Allman Brothers, and the next thing was David Bowie, and he's off to see David Bowie at the High Life Fronton in Orlando in '75, and so I would get the albums from the trail he's leaving, basically. Yeah, yeah. Which did happen back then. So anyway, intro. It's episode 5. It's interviewing Karalyn Willis from Karalyn and Dawn Patrol. Karalyn and I worked together back 2006 timeframe, and she was just getting her music thing started. And so this is the intro. You're gonna talk about all this or whatever you wish here in a little bit. I went and saw Dawn Patrol twice here in the last month. The Sandbar was my favorite, and then I saw you down at Squid Lips in Melbourne. But Sandbar, it's just a electric place, and that set was great, and both sets were great. But Sandbar, because of the clientele, is particularly special. And what happens tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night we're at the Sandbar again at Cocoa Beach. I don't know if Fridays. Usually I play Saturdays there once in a while. I'll play on a Friday. So we'll see how it is. But
yeah,
I forget what it's like on Fridays.
Yeah.
I mean, too different than Saturdays. I don't know, but when they book me, they're like, I think Saturdays are more favorable for bands than Fridays, but sometimes they switch it out, just to have a difference. So we'll see.
Sure. That's fantastic. So still the intro, a little debrief. I just have to mention this. I have a debrief section from the episode before, and what I had done was really ridiculous, but it was on Aerosmith, and I had been waiting to do that episode on Aerosmith, and it was really focused around the shows I'd seen and details of that, which is a lot of fun. But hey, we're up to 4, so that's cool. I never ended up playing any of the Aerosmith songs over the phone, or over the stream, which I talked to Karalyn. I talked about it during the stream, and Will's always like, "Okay, play the clip, play it," and so I didn't get to it and never got to it. So I'm not going to play any Aerosmith, but I just wanted to mention some tracks off of the 2 most important albums. It was Fall back in the sense, not that one. It was Rocks, the album Rocks, and then the album Toys in the Attic, of course. Toys in the Attic, we'll just go right to it. There's Adam's Apple, which is it's a story about Adam and Eve, which is just absolutely insane, wonderful. Walk This Way, that Toys in the Attic really had their first Dream on, and we won't even just forget that. Walk This Way came out on Toys in the Attic back in 75, 76, and Walk This Way really put them on the map. And so that was it. But my favorite song on Toys in the Attic was No More, No More. Just beg you to go listen to that. It's just a fantastic song. The other album was Rocks, and I don't have that one in front of me, but I remember those so well. The tracks were Last Child on Rocks, and they had there's 3 in a row that are super heavy. Combination, Rats in the Cellar, and I can't remember the third one, but Karalyn, you'll appreciate this. that whole discussion was around my skateboarding days. So back when we were skating in 77, 78, our soundtrack was Aerosmith.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Soundtrack.
Back when we were in Kissimmee, Florida, Kissimmee and Orlando skating, but the Z Boys were out in California. Tony Alva and the Z Boys were with the original Skateboard magazine photos and stuff.
Right.
They were listening to the very same stuff, and they basically turned us on. Yeah.
Oh, that's well, I saw that. I learned about them when I watched the movie Lords of
Dogtown. Yeah. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
But so anyway, that was the retro revisit from episode 4. Just wanted to mention that. And yes, I was remiss that I didn't play any music, but so be it. Tonight I'm going to play something, and it's one of the songs Karalyn does. But so let me get my main sheets back here. Get back on track. So that was really it. That was kind of the intro and all the housekeeping and front matter. So there's a midsection called "Shoot the Shit." Shoot the shit. And it's about so it segues into whatever the feature is going to be, which is local bands in Brevard County, and really local bands in general, counting Satellite Beach and Sanford, which I also frequent. But Brevard, in addition to Karalyn's band, I've been seeing Lou in Panama. It's called Panama now. They had different names in the past. Lou Angelito's band, Panama. I want to plug them. And they're coming up. They're going to do the Dog and Bone, or no, George and Dragon coming up. Probably this weekend coming up. So not this weekend, because but it's coming up soon. I think it's next. Yeah, it's next weekend. Lou's band's playing there. So the point is, there's a lot of great music in Brevard County with the clubs and stuff. My other shout out is to our friend Marshall, who plays in the band Risk. So he has a cover band named Risk, and then they've got an original band that's really heavy. And I love that stuff. I saw him back in Easter at Jonathan's for like a daytime fiesta thing. There's like 4 bands and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But Marshall's band, shout out Risk. They're playing Saturday in down south. It's somewhere in Satellite Beach. So I'll just say that. And I'm really hoping. And Karalyn, the only reason I mentioned Marshall's band, and my wife went to high school with Marshall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so he's been playing ever since, much like yourself, just in a different, just further south, and slightly different genre. But so, yeah. Brevard, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's very cool.
So what bands would you like to mention, or at least one, the friends that play? You probably play so much, you don't get a chance.
Well, some of my really good friends are the Rios Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
They play and actually one of their guitar players comes and plays with me sometimes too when he's not playing with them.
Gotcha. Cool.
So playing around a long time too, and
wow.
They really do really good at Tracy's and stuff, and
really
they play a lot of places. So they're really cool guys. So shout out to Rios Rock Band. And shout out to my friend Josh in Element 7. He's playing right now at the Office Acoustic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
So you have your favorites and the people you go see. One of the things I mentioned in the last episode was that no matter how famous the band is, so in other words, it could be Queens of the Stone Age and Josh Homme, and he's listening to something. He's listening to his favorite, and and Flea.
To somebody else to get.
Yeah.
You got their influences, right?
Yeah. Flea from Chili Peppers. Flea, believe me, I know he's got a catalog, and it includes jazz, hardcore bop jazz. But that's the kind of thing, and so I'll leave that. So you got your folks out there as far as bands you wanted to.
Yeah. We got Rock Band, Element 7. We got Love Valley. We got the Sheepdog.
Love Valley. Yeah. Cool. And you guys, so in Karalyn, you share the same stage at different nights with all those bands.
Yep.
Wow. Have you done could you describe, so we're going to go right into the interview. Can you describe where you and Love Valley played the same night or some other band like that?
Well, a few months ago, it was a sandbar. They played from 4 to 8 in the afternoon, and then I played from 9 to 1 at night.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
wow.
Of course, we run into each other and stuff like that, but actually share the stage with them, no.
Or just like somebody opening for the other. Not lately. It'd have to be one of those festival things like Cocoa Beach, something. So have you done festivals where and I say festivals, the ones in Cocoa Beach that I remember Skip put on a couple of them.
We did the Nuge Fest for the Nuge Fund.
Yeah.
All those played at that. The ones I named, they all played that. Yeah. I would say we opened for each other, but
gotcha.
We all played it. Yeah, multiple times. It happened every year and stuff. That's the biggest one I can think of. Then sometimes they have, especially Cocoa Beach, it's like a really awesome music community, and
it is.
So putting on fundraisers and benefits for whoever needs it around here, and so all of us go play them, so we're all there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The biggest fundraiser kind of event, a charity event, is the Nuge Fest that comes. It's usually in April.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they have it at Jonathan's. Most of the time they have it at Jonathan's. And it's all day long. Starts at noon or 11 a.m. and it goes all the way till midnight or longer.
Right.
And any band, they always want to play it, and they raise money for the Nuge Fund, which it's a fund that goes to anybody in the music community or the service industry locally. If they get sick and then they can't work.
No kidding.
They and there's a board that decides if that person should get the money, and they'll have to agree. But if a musician gets sick or breaks something or whatever, they can use that fund to help those.
Sure.
And that year have the Nuge Fest to raise money for it.
Wow, that's fantastic. I did see the one at Easter. It was Easter Day, I think, I think it was Easter Day, at Jonathan's. But it was just a metal blowout. It was just a complete metal blowout. And Marshall's band was playing there, and I think it was the first time I saw him.
Okay.
Yeah. It was,
Jonathan.
yeah, it was a daytime. Started at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, or they were already going when I got there at like 3. They were already started, and it did go uh, well into the night.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like that.
Wow.
Awesome.
So I want to get into like the beginning of what inspired you and your influences in your first band, um, open mic night at Dr. Joe's Intercoastal and such. But prior to that, I had another idea there, but I'm losing it. I think that's it. So yeah, let's go into um, I I wanted to play. So here's where the music gets by me because I wanted to play Blondie one way or another. But so I'll start with that because obviously that was an influence at some point. But it could have been skateboard punk stuff. So what was like when you were young, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Where was your first influence? What was it?
When I was that age, it was probably Elvis Presley.
Nice.
And still to this day, he's my favorite. He's my favorite.
No shit.
Wow. The Beach Boys.
Wow.
And then my mom had this cassette tape that she made, like it was a mixtape.
Yeah.
She made so anytime we'd be in the car at that age, she was playing it, and it had like, what did it have on there? Like the Monkees and let's see. What else did she have? Like Gary Puckett.
Wow.
That's how I learned about all those people. What else was there? Yeah, the Monkees, Gary Puckett. What Bob Seger.
Seger for sure, because yeah. Oh
yeah.
My gosh! So we're talking.
My mom always loved that old time rock and roll. So
gotcha. Right.
And,
wow.
Well, I can't think of everything on there right now.
No, that's good enough.
It's plethora, but yeah, I mean, at that age, 7, 8, 9, 10 was yeah, it wasn't even really the current time. I was kind of listening to like what my parents would listen to,
Sure. Okay, very cool.
Like Madonna when I was that age. Madonna was one of my favorites.
Gotcha. Yeah. She some time I'm going to do a episode with my wife about the music of the 80s. And it was Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and
yeah,
all those bands. Yeah.
When I was that age, or maybe even a little younger, my mom would dress me kind of like Madonna, not to that point, but
little ripped jeans. Yeah, ripped jeans.
The long shirts and stuff.
Yeah. So, bracelet,
yeah. Like 5, 6, or 7, like that.
And it was probably when Madonna. Yeah, it's probably when Madonna was on the radio.
Yeah, when she was like, I think
you were young.
So you like that song, like a Virgin and stuff?
Hell yeah, that album.
That time period.
Sure.
And a kid, 5, 7, something like that. And yeah, wow. So I that was. I think for that time period, that was my favorite probably.
Wow.
But I was more listening to what my parents were listening. I wish she was listening to Madonna too, but
sure.
And like the stuff from the 70s and 60s and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I have a Madonna reference. So when she was making those albums, like A Virgin and the one after that,
Mhm.
her drummer is Tony Thomas,
Okay.
and Tony Thomas, he drummed for like everybody back then. You remember I don't remember the guy's name, but the band's name. Oh man, guys, and I do draw blanks sometimes because the stuff just starts free flowing. Um,
I did the same thing.
it was shit. I'm not going to remember. But anyway, suffice it to say, Tony Thomas was the drummer at the time. Top call. He played with Bowie, and it was Robert Palmer. And remember Robert Palmer? He'd have the
Yeah.
4 models in the videos.
Simple.
Power Station. They were called Power Station.
That's what they're called? Okay.
Tony Tom. Go listen to that first record, Power Station. That and more skateboard. That was my later skateboard material. Actually, listening, but Tony.
That's the bang song. They made the bang song.
That's further back. That's different. That's T-Rex and Mark Bolan. But similar. You're right. That's a neat connection there because the sounds. But Tony Thomas played for all of these bands, all of them. Madonna, live, Grammys, tours. Guy was on fire. But so that was my musician segue. I'll bring up drum references at times.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Wow. So he was a drummer that time period.
Yeah. He was the guy. But so there was that. And then from some of the songs you play, obviously this went on to your high school days. So let me ask, like, did you have any sort of band in high school or jam with some friends?
No, not in high school. I didn't. I didn't then. I actually didn't do much music in high school because I kind of lived far away from all my friends. I was like 45 minutes away.
Gotcha.
They all lived close to the school, and I was far.
Makes it impossible. Yeah.
And I mean, for half high school, you can't drive, right? So no, but high school was a time that I got into like Nirvana and when I was in high school, yeah, Kurt Cobain had passed away by then, but only a few years before. So I got into Nirvana, Metallica. What? No Doubt. Bush. Chris Cornell, Soundgarden.
Yeah. The whole serious Seattle stuff.
All that, yeah. All that stuff, yeah.
The serious Seattle stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's when I got into
wow.
that stuff. Because it was funny. It's kind of funny because, like, so I went to an all-girls Catholic high school.
Cool.
And it was 45 minutes away from where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a van that the school had for all the girls that lived kind of far away. They would have a driver, and like our parents would bring us to meet the van at a commuter parking lot off the highway. This was in Connecticut. And so then, and my stop was the farthest away, and then we stopped on the place. But me and there was another girl that lived. She came with the same stuff I did, so, and we were the youngest too at first. So, well, we were like, oh, good. Well, there's nobody here. We can control the radio.
Right.
And she would listen to all that stuff, and then I'm like, hey, I love this stuff too. And then on the way home, after a certain point, we'd have control of the radio. So, because the other girls wanted to listen to Boys to Men and Instinct and all that. We're like, oh god.
Yes, that's so.
So if we're the youngest, so we had to wait till they all got off.
Right.
So the radio they have this big radio station up in New England, like in Boston, called WAAF, and that's what we would put on.
Wow.
All like hard rock and stuff, and then time went on, then they had like Creed and
Wow, got heavier.
stuff. Yeah, so that's when high school's at when I got into all that stuff.
Right, as natural as I did. So Karalyn, if you just go back in time, I was doing the same thing, but it was with Bad Company, and we were the in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Right.
We got it as people before us had. Leslie Thomas paved the way for Bad Company, believe me, and my brother paved the way for Led Zeppelin, and I'm coming 3 or 4 years after that, and but you go see Bad Company live at the Lakeland Civic Center in '77 when I forget the name of the album, but I remember the show vividly. And I bought a concert T-shirt, and I didn't lose, but over the years, I've lost all my concert T-shirts, unfortunately. But it was. But anyway, it's the same thing. I was doing that, and you were doing it many or several decades later, right? With the music you were hearing, and the Seattle scene busted out, and you already described some of these bands.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It kind of flipped everything up on its side,
Yeah. It did. Yeah. I mean, and it was like, okay, it went from the era of the hair bands and stuff, and kind of went. I feel like, right, like. I don't know if people got sick of it or whatever, and then they went to the grunge and the Seattle stuff or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I think that's what Ricky told me, my drummer.
Yeah.
I mean, even now we still play Bon Jovi and stuff. Everybody loves Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Richie Sambora. I mean, my gosh. Yeah. So you'll hear many. Strangely, I'm a drummer, but most of my references are about guitarists. Because my friend Park Hill, my dear friend Park from kid days, and my musical mentor, pretty much my whole life, he said, "Phil, if you follow the best guitarists, you will hear the best bass players and the best drummers." And that has completely been true. Almost. Yeah.
I never thought it that way, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. When they're at the Satriani level or the Steve Vai level, guitar wise, they've got the best. And fortunately, I've been able to see most of those guys, all of them really, and Eric Johnson, every time, it's incredible. But that's always held true, and I thank him for that.
That's why he's your musical mentor.
He's why he's my mentor. So hey, so you have fascinating band members. One in particular, Mr. Ricky Carroll, the drummer, who I'll just say two things. He's made surfboards on the East Coast, I think, for an incredible amount of time, and he surfed for an incredible amount of time. And the third thing would be he's been your drummer. Let's talk about Ricky.
Yeah, funny thing. He told me. I don't know if it was like sometime earlier this year. And he's a pretty famous guy, right? Especially in the surf industry. So like,
Yeah.
He was telling me, he's like, he goes, him and his wife go see those, go to the King Center once a month and go see those classic albums live shows.
Yeah.
And so he went to one, and the next day he told me, he's like, Karalyn, somebody came up to me and said, "Are you Ricky?" And he's like, "Yeah," because people come up to him all the time. They're like, "Oh, you're Ricky Carroll," make me surfboard or whatever, But they came up to him and said, "Are you Ricky? You're Carolyn's drummer, aren't you?"
You're Carolyn's drummer.
Well, yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. That is.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't usually happen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he gets people coming up to him all the time. Are you Ricky Carroll? You're in the surfboard East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but that time that was not the case. You're Carolyn's drummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ricky Carroll, he's my drummer, and he's been my drummer in the punk band too. So I've been playing with Ricky Carroll now for like 20 years.
Yeah, I've been following. I haven't seen it a ton, but I would say over those 20 years, I've probably seen you 10 times, dating back to the first band.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, go ahead.
So you saw the first band too?
I had to because Sean Morton, dear Sean Morton, still a close friend.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, you got to go see him," and I'm sure I did after that, but it would have been a long time ago. It would have been 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been around that time period. I mean, actually, that band played probably till 2017, 2018.
Wow.
Stuff happens. You know what happens in punk bands.
Yeah. Sure.
So, but I'd still be doing it if everybody's still.
Gotcha. We're with it.
That's another episode. But yeah. So Ricky Carroll was inducted into the East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame last January.
Wow.
And he has his own company called R&D Surf. And he once told me how many surfboards he's
done.
He's done. It's in the tens of thousands. I can't remember exactly.
Wow.
Like tens of thousands of surfboards and he serializes them all, so he knows exactly how many made.
Sure, they do. They have to, yeah.
And and his business it's a factory. It's an actual factory it's on Gussup Road in
Rockledge.
Which you can go there because he has a showroom.
Yeah.
You can buy merch and stuff. I'm gonna buy boards and you can order boards.
Wow.
But it's two big buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Buildings we actually have a practice room and that's where we practice.
Oh, really? So Wednesday rehearsals they're there. So let me add. I live in Chelsea Park, which is it's the neighborhood south of Gus Hip, and half the time when I go to work, I drive by that place all the time, and I've always wanted to go, but usually it's 8 a.m. or 5:00 in the afternoon. But I want to ask, you guys did a jam there a few months ago. What is that all about? Because you did, right?
A jam as in many bands coming and playing?
Something. Yeah, bands.
So every Christmas, which actually this Sunday, Ricky puts on a Christmas party at his factory. And it starts at 11 and goes to like 5, 6 or whatever. And he has a bunch of bands come play. And then he has like a bunch of vendors come, food vendors,
Sure.
any kind of vendor that wants to participate. And then he also he opens up the whole factory, and then he puts out all, old boards that he has for sale, used or whatever,
Wow.
and then you can buy them, or you can order boards from him. And so he does that every Christmas, and anybody can come. It's this year it's Sunday the 14th. The 14th, right?
14th coming up.
Yeah, we're going to be playing at 1 p.m.
Holy shit. Karalyn, I'm so there.
You should come. You'd like it. You can see up in his factory, because you can walk through the factory and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely come.
I could walk there from my house.
That's true. Yeah, you have to come. Hey, and anytime you want to come to practice, you're welcome to come and hang out. Sometimes we have friends come.
Wow. Open rehearsals. That's really fun, because a lot of people have in the church. I was with the church band for a while, and for like 10 years, and they were like closed rehearsals. And I did get 2 friends to come by. I'm like, Mike, the band director. I'm like, Mike, chill out. It's my buddy from the Space Center. Nobody gives a shit.
They probably have a clearance. I think they're secure.
Right.
Not gonna hurt us.
Yeah. So, wow, Karalyn, that's just Sunday. But there was something that I think maybe I just saw a blurb about it a month or 2 ago. But I thought there was something a couple of months ago so there wasn't. You would certainly know about it. So it's the one coming up.
Yeah, there's one coming up. Once in a while, he'll have somebody he knows, like a longtime friend or one of his. I think he did one for one of his workers.
Yeah.
There's like a benefit.
Yeah.
He'll do the same kind of concept and to help raise money.
Yeah.
But I don't remember one recently. I think.
That's okay. I'm going to switch topics, but it involves Ricky. Anytime I've seen you or the affiliation with the band, Ricky's always been the drummer. Does he play without you as the front person? Probably jams with friends. Or I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't think he plays much outside the band. I mean, sometimes, like, he might go, I don't know, like, there might be some event, he might go play with his friend Mark Baker. And Mark Baker has been Ricky's friend for a long time, and he has a band called...
Gotcha.
I forgot, they have Tricky McSmadigan, but, I mean, and he'll just go and play a couple songs or something, but I don't think Ricky has time much to play outside. He's a busy guy. outside what we do.
Outside what you guys do. Yeah.
Kind of substitute drummer because Ricky can't make them all, so.
Right.
So, he's a pretty busy guy with the band and his family and stuff. Yeah. And yeah, I saw you guys down in Titusville back. Hey, Karalyn, we're up to 6 people live. That's the most I've had so far. So if it goes to 7, then whoever the 7th person is has to announce herself on comments. Because that means it's a new person.
Uncle Phil. So I got MCJB. So I got to give a shout out to my nephew, Jordan. He goes by MCJB because he is MCJB. He's got his thing going, and he's impressed us all. Jordan, you've impressed us all. especially me. So I have to give a shout out to Jordan. And so let me just look at since I don't have my co-pilot here, Will. Let me do a quick segue. Will is at the sidekick is at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL game tonight. And that's why he couldn't make it. And it worked out well because we had this interview with Karalyn that was going to take the most time. So and he's been dubbed at work, Karalyn. He's been dubbed at work, the White Knight.
The White Knight. Why is that?
He's the. Let me make sure I got the speaker right. Can you talk again?
What? Why is he called the White Knight?
There you go. I lost my phone orientation. At work yesterday, he did something, and one of his coworkers dubbed him the White Knight. So anyway, what he did, he deserved a break, and he's at the football game, and so he's not here.
Maybe he'll watch after, right? Maybe he's watching now. Is he one of the people watching? No, probably not.
So let me run through the comments. My nephew, sorry I'm late. What's up? He joined, and Jordan, I love you. I'll read these, but you're on now, and that's all that matters. And then there's Natalie and likely Braden, and that's kind of it. That's nice. But because I don't have the sidekick, my co-pilot guy, he keeps track of the comments more than I do. So that's why. But yeah. So let's get back into the good stuff. I'm fascinated with the song selection and with female vocals. I love them all. Everybody you do, from Shania to Deborah Harry with let's. Hey, Karalyn, if I can, let me try to play a little bit of one way or another here. That'll help mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Folks, give me a second here. This is the hard part of the night. It has been done before. Okay. I got to make sure. For sure. Sorry, give me 1 second. This is where Phil doesn't have a producer, and yeah, it needs a little break. I watch my favorite podcast is two race drivers, James Hinchcliffe and Alex Rossi. They're IndyCar drivers, and it's this fabulous podcast. It's called Off Track, but they have a producer, Tim, and he's like their comic relief, and they're all obviously very close friends. And I somewhat modeled this podcast around the concept of their first 15 minutes or sometimes 20 is about their travels and how they got hung up, or they spent 15 minutes on coffee one time, just coffee.
Just coffee.
Yeah, just coffee.
Coffee around the world.
Yeah, in their travels, or it was actually they got into a debate about that's how fun it is. So I modeled this show after that. Like, hey, the first 15, 20 minutes, it's like loose and fun and stories. And sometimes not related to music whatsoever, and then get into the main thing. So that was that. But so I'm deviating because I have to connect this says, so right now it says I do this. and let me, sorry, so Karalyn, you'll get a kick out of this.
Okay.
You'll get a kick out of this. My mic stand for the mic here, which is here. It's, well, you can't see it, but it's a mic stand. It's my kick drum mic stand. it's the kick stand.
Pedal? Like you made out of the pedal, you made a.
Oh no. If you put a short mic into a kick drum,
Okay.
it's like this little short. It's just.
Oh. A
Yeah.
microphone for a kick drum. Oh, you're using that as a like that's what you're talking into right now?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm going to use whatever I have.
Yeah.
And then of course my last SM58 I gave away. I gave away to Pete Martin. So I bought this the mic. It's a stand. Well, that's too much detail, but yeah. So I'll stop there. But let me play the song. That's what usually happens when it come around time to play a song. I get segued on stuff, and in last episode I didn't play any music whatsoever. so Karalyn, you're going to kick out of this. So when we're doing this, I've explained. I won't go into detail, but I've explained on almost every episode. If you play any live music, there's really copyright infringement. And there's something called fair use agreement, where if you're doing it in certain settings, educational or it can be considered fair use, but you have to go to court to prove fair use if you were really trying to prove out your thing. Typically, what you do is just drop the video. You get it. What happens is, I found out recently. I didn't get a notice, but I looked it up. When you're doing something like this and you play something that's copyright infringement, you get a takedown notice in email. You actually get a takedown notice in email. YouTube sends you a email and says, this video is going to be taken down because of copyright infringement. And that's all they said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do they do if you don't listen?
Well, then they elevate it, or they just drop the video. They drop the video. If you challenge it, like Rick Beato does countless hundreds of times, Rick Beato goes through this. Rick Beato hired a lawyer to just deal with all because he constantly, but Karalyn, Rick is interviewing David Gilmour and Eric Johnson, Sting. And when he's doing these interviews, he plays their music, and the artist is with him while he's playing the music. And then shortly thereafter, he gets takedown notices because he's played the records that somebody owns the copyrights and the publishing rights to. And sometimes it's not Sting. If it was Sting, he wouldn't get a notice. But if it's the company that bought those songs, whatever artist it is, he's confounded by that. You could imagine. This is where I go awry before I play songs, so I'll stop there. Sorry about that. Okay, I was gonna play, and it was one of the last ones I added on to my set list here. Hey, Karalyn, if it's okay, what I'll do is I'm going to play this, and I'm going to run off to the little restroom, and you'll like this song, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I know I added this recently. I know I did. Ah, I found it. So my hopes are here that I'm going to get some sort of audio that's decent on this little JBL speaker, and so I'm going to play the song, and I'm going to disappear for like a minute and a half, and it's one of the songs Karalyn does live, one of my favorites, but there's others. There's other favorites, but it's One Way or Another by Blondie, which is Deborah Harry. So Karalyn, I have a story about
Okay.
About Deborah Harry. Um, I'll tell after the song. It
Okay.
it and I'm sorry, you're talking. Say that again.
I said okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You'll love it. It involves my friend Jimmy Latta in Los Angeles, and he's been in LA since '81, and been entrenched in production, typically movie production stuff. But in doing that, he's been around music people, and he found himself face to face with Deborah Harry, and
Wow.
he talked to her.
No way.
Yeah, this would have been in the '90s. So it
That's
was,
Deborah Harry.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's face to face. I and I'll have to just totally recall that. Um, my recollections will be vague as far as the specifics. Um, I don't think it was like a party. I think it was something he was doing during the day, and he had been in sound stages where rock videos were being shot. So I think that pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
And yeah, yeah,
Something there. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so here goes, and give me give me a minute and a half, and hopefully now getting the sound to sound good over the speaker through this microphone that's not a SM58 because I gave my last one away to Pete. We'll just hope for the best. That's all we can do. Okay, the speaker's not good. Hang on, give me one second. I know you can hear it. It says I'm connected. All right, here we go. Now we're in. Wow. Sometimes these connections with these different things, like I started the song and it should be playing. It just cut off. That's all. It will only play over the phone. This is really weird. Um, it'll only play over the phone. It won't play over this nice JBL speaker I have. So I'm gonna do my best.
Oh.
Which is not good at all. Okay, that's completely substandard. That doesn't make any sense. I'm connected to, so picture this, I'm connected to the speaker. My phone is connected to the speaker. So when I play a song, like every night on the porch for like 2 hours, every night, it plays through the speaker. But right now, it is not playing through the speaker.
She needed to work. That's why.
Go figure. These are the odd things that happen. So we're 59 minutes. So Karalyn, the broadcast has been 59 minutes. We're coming up on 1 hour, and I'd like to go 1 hour and 10. So you're cool. You don't have to race off and.
No, okay.
But you don't have to race off and restring a guitar or anything.
Not tonight. Tomorrow, but not tonight.
Tomorrow, restringing the. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the phone. I'm gonna forget the song for now. I'm going to set the phone up by the microphone, like, depart briefly, and you can tell us about the gigs this weekend. So let me get that sufficient here. I'm thinking I can do it. Can you talk?
Can I what?
Yeah, perfect. It works perfect. I laid my phone down by the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can plug whatever you wish.
Oh, you want me to talk now?
Yeah.
Done. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I'll talk about my shows this weekend. Yeah. So tomorrow on Friday, my band is playing at the Sandbar in Cocoa Beach from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then on Saturday, we are playing at Hunker Down in downtown Cocoa Beach from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then on Sunday is Ricky Carroll's, my drummers, the Surfboard Shapers, Christmas party at his factory in Dust Hip Road in Rockledge. And he's going to have a bunch of bands playing, but Dawn Patrol, my band, is going to be playing at 1 p.m. So anybody who looking for something to do this weekend, now you know our schedule. And hope to see you out there. And thanks for hanging out on this podcast. We appreciate it. And Phil, are you back yet? Not yet. But anyways, while we're waiting for Phil, I think somebody should interview Phil because I think he has an interesting background too. And about his days of drumming. Maybe I can get Phil to come drum on a song with the Dawn Patrol. That would be cool. I wonder if he would do it. I'll have to ask him.
Karalyn, don't give up. You don't give up. Did she give up?
Yeah,
Did I lose you?
I was talking about how maybe we should interview you sometime, and then maybe you come play drums on a song at one of my shows.
Wow. So and this mic setup, I don't know if it's here, let me readjust that.
Right.
So, and I gotta get the headphones on because I can't hear. The board's not like, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it turns out we jammed once together.
Yeah, we did. Sean was there, right?
Yeah. We jammed. Sam was playing bass, and I realized you were still in your punk phase, and I couldn't play that fast. Bottom line.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. Okay.
Because
What we're playing,
I think you were testing me out. Like, hey, if he can play fast and play punk, he's in. But that was years ago, 2015-ish, 20 something, 14, 15.
You gotta come and play Ace of Spades. That's what you need to.
Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. Yeah.
Play that. And I did the bass on it. I haven't done it in a while. I'm gonna learn that again.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. But truth be known, I could do a couple of the covers that you guys do. I could.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask ask Ricky. I'm sure he won't mind. But if you want to come and do a couple songs next time you come.
Yeah, I appreciate that. His kit is really different, but yeah, explain that. The 26-inch bass drum.
It's 32-inch.
32.
32-inch bass drum, which he told me it was like that. Said it that is actually a marching band.
It is. It is. It's a marching band drum set up as a kick drum. So we're used to, the only exposure we had to that was John Bonham of Zeppelin, and through their early years until about 74, 73, he actually it was before 73, because 73 was the Madison Square Garden shows that they did the Song Remains the Same movie of. But and then he had the double basses that were somewhat semi-normal size. But prior to that, he had a 26-inch bass drum, which is really odd and different from what we're almost all used to. So, but Ricky's is truly a larger diameter kick drum, a bass kick drum, 32, which is really a marching drum. Wow, that he's adopted as a kick drum. The whole time I've ever seen him, he's always had the same kit.
I mean, he has others.
Yeah.
He's got several others, but that's the one he uses out. Yeah.
Wow, I would love to see those. Are they at the surfboard place where I can go see some of this equipment?
Yeah, he's got one set up at the practice room.
Sure.
And he's got multiple ones, but they're kind of like on shelves. They're not set up. But he has them there. Yeah, you can see them. Yeah.
So he's like Park. So when I go over to Park's house, in his garage, he has shelves built up in his garage that house the drum sets that he's not using at the time.
Oh, that's what Ricky has. He has a bunch of like high shelves in the practice room.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah. I kind of like he has this drum kit that he would use with the Lady and the Tramps, the punk band, and it was
Lady and the Tramps.
Ringo Starr, like it was like the same kind that Ringo Starr had, and it had
Beatles Ludwig. Yeah.
A certain pattern to it was distinct to them.
Wow.
And I like that one too, but he hasn't played that one in a while. But he would play that more with Lady and the Tramps, with the punk band.
Wow.
But he's got others.
He's got stuff.
Like I like that one too. I haven't seen it in a while though. Yeah.
That is so fun. Oh my God, it's so cool. I will try to so what we'll do is we'll keep talking and kind of keep chatting about this fun stuff that we're into at this moment. In our influences, like what you're listening to right now, what I'm listening to right now, and then we'll kind of end it.
Okay.
And then, and what I did, it stuck last time. That I just call it and say it's over, but I stay on, and we try to play music, or try to play music. So.
Okay.
What are you listening to lately?
Lately, actually, I've been like Hailstorm.
Hailstorm, yeah, harder, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm working on some originals, and they're kind of along those lines. And I was like, I had to listen to. I mean, I've always liked Hailstorm, but I started like they had a new album come out recently, and it's like the most prominent song right now on there is called Everest, and that's a really great song. And actually, like, I've been listening to Creed again.
Great.
And actually, they're like out touring again and stuff. And let's see what else.
Cool.
That's because I've been trying to, like, and I've been learning like that those kind of hard rock songs have a lot different formats.
Yeah.
Than like the stuff I do in the band, that I'm used to playing. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a learning curve, So I had to listen to several different ones, like and the Pretty Reckless. I was listening to her too.
Pretty Reckless. And so this is where I start writing down stuff and taking notes.
The Pretty Reckless.
The Pretty Reckless. Okay, go ahead.
And it's a chick, the girl. Actually, the girl's the lead singer. But her name's Taylor Momsen, and she played Cindy Lou Who in The Grinch with Jim Carrey and stuff.
Oh, really?
Now she does this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You should check her out. So, I've been listening to her a lot too. And I've been trying to learn the format for that type of style, that hard rock style, because it's quite different than what I'm used to. Like the format of the songs and the length of the songs, they tend to be longer too. Huh. The way they sing.
Wow. I wrote them down. The Pretty Reckless. When the show when we're finally off, and I'm on the back porch, one of my favorite places.
Right.
I'm gonna pull them up and check it out, and I can't wait.
Oh yeah, listen to Everest from Hailstorm. Pretty Reckless. Death by Rock and Roll. Any of both of their stuff.
I think there was
out too, but yeah.
I think there was a one of the Earth Day birthday things, and I didn't see Hailstrom, but I came close, but I didn't see him. I went to a rock Super Bowl, or I'm sorry, a Earth Day birthday phase in 2016, 2017 timeframe. And Karalyn, so I'll have to tell you this because you mentioned Bush, and I've told this story before on a podcast on one of the earlier ones, second one or whatever. Bush had, so this is 2016 Earth Day birthday, Orlando Fairgrounds, and it was my first Earth Day birthday concert thing. And my friend Eric, dear friend from 6th, 7th grade, said, Phil, you got to see my favorite band. God, what was it? That trio from freaking Chicago. I'll think of that in a second, but that's why it went, because Eric said, you got to see them. And I said, Eric, I'm going to go and I'm going to see your favorite band. And in doing so, I saw all this other stuff, and I got turned on to Sick Puppies from LA/Australia. My favorite trio, my favorite power trio is the Sick Puppies. Anyway, I saw that year at that show. But Karalyn, Bush. So what had happened is Bush had been slated to been there a year before.
Okay.
And they ended up through some sort of unfortunate circumstance with a band member or a band member's family. And they just couldn't make it.
Okay.
So they didn't play the year before. So I go in 2016, and they came back. They came and said, we said we were coming back, and we're here, and we're going to play. And Karalyn, it was the most electrifying set.
Really?
It was. It turns out my niece Tiffany, my dear niece Tiffany, that's like one of her favorite bands, and Gavin Rossdale. Hey, let's face it. If you were going to get married, if either one of you were going to get married to a guy, it would be Gavin Rossdale.
Oh my gosh, when I was in high school, I was totally in love with Gavin Ross.
Oh my gosh. The second I saw him, I'm like, holy shit. This guy, I'm going overboard, but yeah, truly a looker. And my niece of all people, she's like, oh, Gavin's it. But she really loves the music. And so Karalyn, they played this like blistering set. He even came out and said, we couldn't make it last year. We apologize. We told you we were coming, and we're here. And it's, of course, this is an English voice, right? They're from England. So it's not a English. It's not an American voice. And they went on. Karalyn, I think my favorite spot of those festival kind of things is like at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, it's still daylight. Or 5 to 6, it's still daylight, but the lights come on for the stage because it's gonna get dark.
Right.
That twilight time, and that's when they went on.
Oh, it kind of gives them magical ambiance, the whole place.
Magical ambiance.
Yeah.
Totally. And they just proceeded to do hit after great song, all the songs anybody wanted to hear. It wasn't because they were in the middle, or they weren't the headliners. They'll only play for about an hour, so they squeezed in their best stuff in an hour.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
It was wonderful. Plus, I hadn't been to a festival thing where multiple bands like that. I hadn't been to one of those in a long time. So on top of this, in 2016, I'm just jazzed. Let me mention some of the other bands there. Seven Dust, my favorite heavy band of all time. They played before that or after that, can't remember. Karalyn, you'll like this. The headliner was 311.
Oh, cool. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I've seen 311. I've seen Bush.
Yeah.
I've seen Bush. I've seen No Doubt. I've seen Metallica. Yeah. But I've seen 311 too. I think it's a Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Probably like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah. Let me ask. So this is a keeper. And hey, one of the things we didn't cover was, so now we're into 118 and people just can hang if they want, or, and at some point I probably would edit these things, but really I probably wouldn't. I don't have time to edit that till I retire. But on this flip side here are bands with women band, either female bands or female singers, and No Doubt is my favorite.
Yeah, my favorite too.
Gwen's
awesome.
So you just said you saw them. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so when I was in high school, and still I do, since Gwen's my favorite, so
wow.
And I found out, so at the time I was living in New England, and I was like 17, and
Perfect.
I found out we're coming to Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester, yeah.
Yeah, which was only like half an hour, 40 minutes from where I lived.
Wow.
So, and they were at the Worcester Center That's what they called it at the time. I don't know what it's called now.
Civic Center, yeah.
In Worcester Center, and they're like, "Oh, No Doubt's coming," and I was like, I told my parents, "Oh my God, No Doubt's coming! I want to see them." And I've never been to a concert before. I think they were my first concert actually, and so my dad actually went and
Wow.
bought me a ticket, and so my younger sister, came with me, so he bought us tickets, and me and my sister, we went to see No Doubt in 1997.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was awesome, and that was like, when you see, it was the Tragic Kingdom album.
I gotta write that down.
And so it was like the stage was all like, when they toured with that album, it was all like peaches all over, like huge peaches. It looked like a magical forest or something with peaches and fruits and stuff, and stuff around the stage, and and it was all like Just a Girl.
Wow.
Which I play those songs now.
Yeah.
I would always sing them, like pretend I was Gwen when I was like 16, 17. I want to see her. And all the songs from that album, they did them all. And but you could, if you looked up like Tragic Kingdom tour on YouTube or something, you could see one of those shows, and it'll give you an idea of what I saw. So
wow.
But I mean, it was crazy. It was like, it was sold out, of course, and stuff. It was pretty awesome. It was,
yeah.
And like that inspired me to do what I'm doing now, with the bands and stuff. So I was like, I want to do that. So I think that's when I really knew I wanted to do that.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty magical for me.
So let me recap. 97, seeing No Doubt live in Worcester, Connecticut. New Hampshire, Connecticut is which one?
Massachusetts. They're all close together, all those states. I lived in Connecticut, but
Massachusetts.
Well, so it only took me like 40 minutes to get there.
Right.
So, in Massachusetts, yeah.
So anyway,
yeah,
97, and I think they were kind of at their peak and pinnacle in that time frame.
I think so.
Yeah. You killed it. You nailed it. I've seen some cool shows, and timing was perfect, and I saw somebody great. But that's an example of somebody else that saw somebody I would love to see. I thought their Super Bowl halftime thing, I thought it was like killer. They did Super Bowl like 8 years ago or something.
Oh, I'll have to go look it up.
Check it out. Karalyn.
They're playing it. They got a residency in Las Vegas next year.
Do
like
that.
Or something.
So they've reached that level. They have arrived.
Yeah.
I'll go see that because we missed Aerosmith. My daughter wanted to see Aerosmith there at that residency that they had, and that ended with Steve Tyler fracturing his larynx and can't sing with the band. And so this would be my, if somebody said, do you want to see Aerosmith or No Doubt in Vegas? I would say No Doubt because I've already seen Aerosmith twice. So, but I haven't seen No Doubt ever. I would go hands down. I'm going to go see No Doubt.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They got so much energy. They put up a really good show. They're just always like jumping around all over the stage. And,
and that drummer is so good.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
He's always kind of
crazy look, short blonde hair usually, spiked short blonde hair. What he did in his past.
He's very punk rock himself.
Punk. Yeah, there you go. He's totally punk. And I think it was Yeah, but how fascinating. So that was wonderful to kind of end it with, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I wanted to say is at 125, I think we'll say this is the end. And then if you're willing to hang out, I'll try to get this thing playing live over the speaker here.
Okay.
Unless you got to race off to change the guitar strings.
Well, I think I'm going to change guitar strings tonight.
Let me ask, do you sip on anything at home? Is there any white wine happening, or is it non-alcoholic?
What I got, polar seltzer, strawberry,
Gotcha.
lemon. That's what I got right now.
Ah, gotcha. What the whistle a little bit?
Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, Karalyn, so the show's ended, but hang on if you want. This is probably some people's favorite part. We did one where it was fun, but it was silly and stupid at the same time. But so my early recollections of music was when I was 5, 6, and 7 in Jacksonville, Florida. And my brother is 11, 12, and 13, and he's getting the Beatle records.
Oh.
He's getting the Beatle albums as they were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like 5 and 6. My earliest recollections was 5 and 6. And for instance, Beatles 65 had come out, and then it morphed into Sergeant Pepper and Magical Mystery Tour, and those now I'm like 6 or 7, and then eventually I'm 8 when Abbey Road and Let It Be come out, but my brother's getting these records, and they had come to Jacksonville. They had been to Jacksonville on an early tour, and so my brother was just living and breathing Beatles, and I'm living vicariously through my brother, and listening to these records. It's Karalyn, the first thing I remember, beside from my immediate family in the house, was the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a good thing to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so that's pretty new. That's your first music recollection. Beatles.
It is. Yeah. There were other things on the radio. So Bud, being my brother as he was, a further explanation of his influence and how progressive the guy was, just progressive musically. So he was still getting the Beatle records like a probably Sergeant Pepper or the White Album, probably the White Album. And then at the point of the White Album, he departs, and now he's listening to Cream. So this is when Cream was just getting on the radio in '68. So he's listening to Cream now. Now it's Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, and Jack Bruce, and Cream. And now I'm like 8. And you might get in a car with the family, and Bud's got the FM radio station dialed in Jacksonville, Florida. And Cream might just be in White Room. You'd be hearing White Room. And these are my earliest recollections. So hence, I'm just it's ingrained in my anatomy, and yeah, it goes back that far.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then when you think of those songs and think of those memories like that, and then like it triggers like certain feelings you have at the time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have any interest in like Cream Well, Zeppelin stands up on their own, and I know Ricky would hold some high regard for Zepp. But do you like? You, so let me ask: could you give a brief description of what your interest is in Zeppelin, and then also like a band like Cream or something similar, or does it go back to the Monkees and different sound?
Well, we used to play a Cream song at Sunshine of Your, right? We used to play. I don't know why we don't play it anymore. We just haven't played it in a while.
Right, Sunshine of Your Love.
Yeah, and Zeppelin. Actually, we used to do rock and roll.
Did you?
Yeah, but I don't think I sounded too good doing it. I think I was like, yeah. I mean, it kind of hurts to sing, actually.
It would, because he's so soprano, like high. It's high.
Yeah, I should have done it. So I haven't. I should just drop the key or something.
Yeah, you'd have to drop a key.
Yeah.
And guess what? Plant, although he hasn't done that song in a while, and I've followed all the post Zeppelin stuff, all of it. Plant playing with the God, what's her beautiful name? Plant does this thing with Alison Krauss. And Alison Krauss and Plant. That's the whole thing. And then Paige is just dabbled. Doesn't play a lot. Go ahead.
I think I did one of her songs with Plant. I'm not sure, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it was with them.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. I'm not a singer. However, in my first band, in my second band, they made me sing at times, and just to give the vocalist a break. Basically, I was like Ringo, like throw him like Octopus's Gardeners, right? Literally, that's the situation.
Okay,
but I can sing, and on a good day, I can get fairly. What I'm saying, this is out on a limb, and boy, it's a good thing it's 1:32, and we only got 4 people still. So Mitch is still hanging in. It's probably Natalie and Braden and Jordan. Probably that's probably the 4 we have. Yeah, that's what I guess. But bless all their hearts. Thank you guys for hanging out. That's super cool. What Karalyn, what does end up happening is we do it live, and there's only half a dozen people or so, but it ends up getting views later. Yeah, I think the first episode had 140 views and stuff, so people are checking it out, and it's kind of it's really strange when like just unknown people check it out. You're like, okay, yeah. I would love to talk to like one random one to go. What did you think? It's some random person you don't know. But I segued. What were we talking about right before that? What's it?
Zeppelin and Cream.
Yeah. Oh, rock and roll. So I would venture to say that I could attempt to sing that with you guys if you put a band together that could play it. Been a long time since I rock and roll. Without it would be the Phil voice that hadn't smoked in the last 4 hours and stuff. I could actually, that's you know who you need for that? You need Scott Lang. Scott Lang can sing that. Scott Lang, get Scott Lang. Because he's had sung it at their high school reunion here. So
okay, I don't know Scott Lang.
I could fake it. I could kind of get through it, but I couldn't do it at Sandbar. It'd have to be something like where you didn't have like 100 people looking at you.
Well, you have to come to practice and try it out a little bit.
You're right. Right. You'd have to just give it a sample. Even with your band and just with the guys you got now, I would be willing to give that a shot in a rehearsal scenario.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played it with any of the guitar players that I have right now.
Gotcha.
They can pull it off. I'm sure they can do it. But yeah, come to practice and
Which
just give me a heads
up. Wait, come to practice, which turns out is about a mile from my house. That is so funny that you guys rehearse. It makes so much sense. I have a friend in Kissimmee, Eric Niedenthal, dear friend from 6th grade, and talk about Zepp and all our influences. We all saw all of it together, Aerosmith and skateboarding and all of it. He's building a studio, so he owns a commercial piece of property where he's had a business at for decades, and he's building a studio there.
Oh wow!
With the intention of playing. At some point, have a drum set permanently there where you don't have to lug your crap there, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, strangely, I'm totally. Let me. I'm going to go on a limb and say I'd be willing to try it in like a rehearsal environment, because I think I have like a fake falsetto. It's not really falsetto, but it's like a fake falsetto where I can lock my voice in at kind of that high end. And try that, but not that. Holy crap! Nobody can. Oh, here's a tidbit. This is a great way to end this. Other than Plant singing the song, Heart. So Karalyn, we go in 1981. We go to the Baby Lestrange tour, Heart in Lakeland Civic Center. And me and my friends bust up front and we're against the stage. And back then, you're against the stage back then, your arms would have been on the stage. It's like a 4-foot stage. And then, and you're against the stage and Ann and Nancy are right in front of you. And Denny Carmacy, the drummer, is playing drums, who hopelessly wants to sound like John Bonham, but doesn't. But he's great. And we saw that in 81. And they did rock and roll.
Oh, really?
So they would, I think, is the speaker's down here, right? Yeah. So Hart was Hart from Seattle, the Wilson sisters and Nancy. They were the whole band. They were totally hooked on Zepp because they were coming out in 75, 76, 77 when Zeppelin was huge, and they loved Led Zeppelin. And they would end. I don't know if every one of their shows was ended with the Zeppelin song, but the one we saw and some of the videos I saw it was rock and roll, and I think eventually they went to another one. So 81, we see Hart do rock and roll right in front of us. Just incredible.
That's awesome. Wow.
And Wilson, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, wow, that's quite a memory. That's like you were there to see that. It's really cool. And
just killing the vocal. you know, in Ann's voice. And Nancy's to our left. So we were in front of Ann, and Nancy was to our left. And we would start to look over, but we were in front of Nancy, who was the guitarist, the lead guitarist of the band. And Denny, and I know Ricky can play that. So that'd be fun. So I reminisced. I shared a story where we saw them do that. I never got to see Zeppelin do it, unfortunately.
I mean, that would have been cool too. But at least you got to see Hart playing a Zeppelin song. Good combination.
What was neat about that? Sorry. And also, here's another weird thing about my little. I got a 2-channel board for 2 mics. The mute button doesn't work. So we hit mute to cough. It doesn't mute it. It's cheap board syndrome. So do you guys, I know the guys, let me ask, nowadays live, will segue into something different. We've heard the old stories there. The guys there live with the handheld unit for sound mixing.
Yeah.
And it's all done from that. It's a special device. It's not like I've seen Tom do it. I've seen Panama do it with like an iPad. Maybe he's got like a small iPad.
It's just a tablet, yeah, and it's got the
gotcha
stuff to control everything. It's like a soundboard, but to a tablet, yeah.
And he can move around. He's listening. So, folks, whoever's still left, live nowadays in clubs, not like a concert. They have these handheld. Basically, it's a tablet, like you'd buy a PC tablet, and they completely control the sound from the tablet, from their little sound guy that's out front that can move around. He can move around and hear different angles, and as he's adjusting the music, it's really a cool thing. But
and they don't have to have that big old soundboard anymore.
No more soundboard and the snake, the cable, the snake.
Yeah, they don't stop.
Yeah. The snake went from the soundboard to all the mics on stage and the amplifiers. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't stop. Yeah, not anymore.
Right.
It's like he's got a router now and a network.
You can do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, Karalyn, thanks for staying with this for an hour and 43 minutes. Holy crap. And we worked on it for about 15 minutes before it started.
I get it. I come with this stuff all the time.
But thank you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So here's the situation. I won't be able to see you guys tomorrow night. But don't be alarmed if you see me at Marshall's thing Saturday, because Becky's never seen Marshall play drums. And I said, her high school friend, I said, you got to see Marshall play drums. My God. And the band's so good. And so what I'm doing is cashing in my chips to go see Marshall's band Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I won't be there tomorrow, but I'm going to guess from this broadcast, we'll have onesie twosies, Pete Martin or somebody, they'll come out and see you guys. But Sandbar is the best place. Let me rephrase that. It's the best place I've seen you guys and out of the. I've been to the. I love the one. Another great one is on the river on 520 there.
Oh, the island waterfront.
Yeah,
That's a good place.
I love that.
That's a lot of fun too. We're playing there Saturday. Hunker Down usually has a good crowd.
Hunker Down. So
yeah, next to the beach shack and coconuts.
Yeah, well, and Cat 5.
Well, that's all one place. So part of it's Cat 5, and that's where the DJ hangs out.
Yeah.
And if you go
out back,
Hunker Down.
Sure.
Yeah.
You go toward coconuts. I'm very familiar with Hunker Down, and I think I saw you guys several months ago, and I caught the tail end of your set maybe at Hunker Down. And that would have been not the last two times, but a while back. But by all means, so Hunker Down. So Saturday you're at Hunker Down?
Yeah.
So I would tell people Sandbar is optional, but Hunker Down Saturday will be every bit as great. That venue is so unique, right? That building or the stage.
Like between buildings is what it
is. It's a courtyard between three buildings. Yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah. They just put a tiki roof over it now. So
wow.
Rain.
They did. Well, anyway, so everybody, if Mitch is on still from Seattle, Washington, Karalyn.
Oh, wow.
And if Mitch could be here tomorrow, he would go see you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
He really would.
You need to come out.
He would. He would.
Right across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Seattle to Brevard, Florida.
To go to the sandbar.
Go to the sandbar and see you guys. And then catch Hunker Down Saturday, the next day.
And then go to the Christmas party on Sunday.
It really is Sunday?
Yeah.
And I can go?
Yeah, why not?
I think, knowing you, I should be able to get in, right?
Yeah, anybody. It's open to the public.
Wow. Okay. Let me just, and that's Sunday. I'm just going to write that down. So we should hang up and end this. And I'm going to write that down because I'm going to come by.
Yeah.
I'm very close. And I would like to see a surfboards, really.
Oh, yeah. They're all
there. So he could make me the perfect board that I need as a 6-year-old, where it's a fun shape that's like 7'9" and the perfect width. Actually, the board you ride probably. Do you ride fun shapes?
I think I've got fun shaped ones. I've got shortboards. I've got fun shapes. I've got a couple long boards. I got a stand-up paddleboard. But the one I use most is what he calls an egg. He calls it an egg.
I need an egg.
No, it's not an egg. It's a he has a name for it. It's like a long board but short. It's shaped like a long board but it's short. And
that's what I need.
Yeah, and it is perfect for Florida because it can ride anything.
Right.
You know, if it's choppy, you can ride it. If it's small, you can still ride it because it's thick. You know, so you can float still on. So that's probably the most universal one.
Yeah.
And, there's a name for it that, like, in his brand, he calls it, and I can't remember it.
It's not a sunfish.
No, there's actually a name he calls it in his company. Like,
Gotcha. He came up with his own cool name.
Came up with his name, yeah. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a longboard but short. It's the best thing I can say.
That's kind of, if I was ever to do it again, it would be based on safety of not tearing up a knee or an ankle or getting hit in the face with the board. And it would be based on like a 3-foot day with a board that's nice and it's not choppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like something that would probably work for them.
Yeah.
You tell him like what your exactly, stuff like that, and he'll make exactly that, whatever works for that.
So Karalyn, think of that. So folks, we're talking about Ricky Carroll, a surfboard maker in Brevard County for I think 40 years, and so basically you could tell him as somebody that hadn't done it in a while that used to do it. You could just tell him what you do and what you want, what you like, and he would just make a surfboard based on what you told him. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's that advanced because he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he does custom orders all the time. So
do you, let me ask, do you remember, now this is really obscure, and do you remember when Clark Foam got shattered and went out of business? Like, I think it was like 89 and they couldn't get blanks. Clark Foam made all the blanks and then they got demolished. And go ahead.
That was around the same time I met Ricky, which was 2005 that happened.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about it. He looked to me what and it was like it was crazy because when they shut down or whatever, it was like devastating. It was
devastating to the community.
Industry, like it was like devastating because nobody made the foam like they did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously since then other companies have done so, but
yeah, the materials world recovered, and eventually the epoxy started with the epoxy blanks and stuff. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think the first board he made for me was whatever he has left from the Clark foam.
Wow. Do you still have it?
No, well,
that board.
The time he made me a board was in like 2005. So
yeah.
I mean, I've had since then, but the first one he made for me was at that time, and he still had a bunch of Clark foam blanks. So I think the first one he made for me was from a Clark foam.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't think he's left now, but I'll have to ask him. Maybe he kept a couple. I don't know, but
yeah, no, that's cool, and we don't have to go into detail, but that was a big event. That I remember one of the last Rolling Stone magazines I ever had that I bought. It had the article about Clark Foam and that whole thing, and it was just insanely fascinating. But the industry would recover because it wouldn't take long. It's, you know, as an engineer, material science keeps trucking, and it wouldn't take long to go, oh, hell, we can replicate that easily now. You know, I'm sure now for sure. But yeah.
Right. I mean,
they were.
I don't know what now, how they compare to Clark Foam. I have that.
Density. Basically, Clark Foam was like Coke. It's like Coca-Cola. It's like it's like the recipe is in a vault from like 1913. It's kind of the allure of Clark foam and how that all came to be. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very unique. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, had its recipe and nobody could replicate it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it took the world a while to come about it.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing how it was like, I don't know, like a market on your calendar. It's pretty historical when that happened.
Right. Yeah. Hey, let me ask. I've been to Costa Rica once on a surf trip, and that's the only surf trip I ever took with Scott Bradley and Keith Meyer from Brevard back in 84, 83. No, actually, that trip, I take that back. That's when we went to school together. The trip was in 89, but it was with Keith Meyer and Scott Bradley. Have you done Barbados or have you traveled to surf?
I've gone to surf in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
El Salvador.
Oh. Yeah.
Hawaii.
So California. So let me ask, in California, you didn't you didn't screw with those big places, did you? Trestles and all that stuff? That's scary shit.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was, let's see. So, like, when I worked for No2, Naval Ordnance Test Case,
sure.
We would do, let's see. I surfed a few places in California. One of them was because we'd do launches out there at Point Magoo, which was in LA County.
Yeah.
And I would stay in what's it called?
There's so many places.
It starts with the V, Ventura. I stay in Ventura Beach there.
Okay, Ventura.
So I surf over there in Ventura. Cool. And then I had a friend that lived in Huntington Beach. So
Huntington, the pier.
Huntington Beach and Newport Beach.
Yeah, Newport. So let me just say, I on one of the shuttle trips, I was at Huntington Beach, and I went to the pier, and there was a picture of you get the picture underneath Huntington Beach Pier, and so anyway, I was just.
You have a picture of yourself surfing at Huntington Beach Pier?
No. I was just there taking a picture on the sand.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's a cool place to take a picture.
Yeah.
When I surfed there, I surfed at the pier.
Yeah.
The issue with that was like, man, even in the summer, it was like when I was surfing in Huntington Beach, it was like June, and I had my wetsuit from here, and it did not cut it, even in June.
Wow. There.
There.
It's cold. Water's cold.
Like, I was in maybe 45 minutes, and then my hands and my toes froze.
You started them up, yeah.
I couldn't, after like half an hour, I couldn't surf very well because my toes were frozen. I couldn't balance, so I couldn't feel.
Right. Once you're, yeah. Oh my God. So Karalyn just described surfing in California, Huntington Beach in June, but the water in California still can be really cold, and her feet are starting to freeze in your toes. So you put a full wetsuit on for non-surfers. You put a full wetsuit on, and your hands and your feet and your face get really cold. And it's really, you really have to have your feet, because once your feet start going numb, then you could stand up but your feet are numb, and you might just eat it, and because your feet aren't working.
Can't balance. Yeah.
Yeah, can't balance. Exactly.
You can't feel them.
You can't feel it. I've been through amateur versions of that here just in Florida.
So one of the times I was in Ventura, and I was like, man, I was like, I even bought a surfboard. I went out there so often. I bought a surfboard and then I left it at my friend's house.
Sure.
And so I would go different times of the year there. And I think one of the times I was there was like February, and it was really cold. And I'm like, and I went out at like 6 in the morning before I had to go out to Point McGoo.
Right.
It's like 45 degrees, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. You ask yourself, like, why am I doing this? And you might be by yourself. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there was other people out there, you know, the people who lived there, but I was like, but then I came prepared, and I had I bought booties, and
Yeah, you got to have booties. Booties, yeah.
and then the head thing, which I can't do the head thing. But the booties definitely were awesome. And I think I even had gloves too.
Gloves and face mask.
Yeah. Yep.
So
And then
go ahead.
on the back to the room, to the hotel room, I actually did it. I actually did it. But I locked myself out of my room because I was bringing the board in, and I had to put the key down, and then the board was big to get in the hallways, and somehow I locked myself out of my room.
Yeah.
In the full wetsuit and the booties and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to go back down to the lobby and ask them to give me another key. I'm freezing. It was like, why did I just do that?
That is an incredible story.
Yeah.
So Karalyn described surfing in those conditions. She basically was fully covered. You have a face mask that goes over your head, and your eyes and face are the only thing shown. And bottom line, the rest of your body is covered in a wetsuit. The wetsuit, and then the gloves and the booties. And in California, I've seen that, pictures of that, and I go, man, I could never, because the water would be so, so the second that happens and you immerse yourself in the water and you're paddling out and you get wet and you're soaked, the suit is designed to take in water, but your body heat keeps it's basically a thick skin around your body, and it holds the heat in, and you can stay warm. And you're paddling around, you're burning energy, so it's all great. But bottom line, eventually, you just succumb to being cold, and then and then I've done that on not that extreme of occasion where I stood up and I just fell off. I just stood up and fell.
Cold. I can't deal with this. It's frozen.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then you go, I'm going to paddle in. I'm done. I'm done.
Went out.
But it's the ankles and the feet. Bottom line, the ankles and the feet have to work, or else you can't surf. Truly.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you said. Yeah.
Let me ask. I'll ask one more question, and then we probably should end it. And of course, the broadcast ended an hour ago. The music part ended an hour ago.
Okay.
But so this is just chatting and hanging out, and I'm sure Ricky will get a kick out of some of these stories. But what was I forget what I was going to say. But What was your fondest memory of surfing? Mine was Costa Rica with Scott and Keith. But what was your favorite memory of big waves?
Mm, definitely Costa Rica too.
Ah, yeah.
I feel like I almost died out there.
Wow.
We went on this. One of the places we went. It was. It's famous. It was famous. It's
That one of those point breaks. One of those point breaks. Was it on the West Coast? Was it? I'm sorry. Was it on the Pacific? I'm sure. Likely.
Let me look it up quick.
And I'll probably remember this because they talked about those point breaks, and Guanacosta.
That's one. Let me see. Breaks in Costa Rica. Let me see. I can't believe I forgot.
This is so fun. This is like this is epic. Ricky will love this. He'll go, oh, we got Karalyn's history of surfing here on this broadcast.
Hermosa. That's what it was.
Hermosa,
and it was like a super big day that
yes,
boats don't go out on, right? And
it's north of Jaco.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
And we stayed at a hotel at Hermosa, actually.
Yeah.
And one of our friends was leaving the next day, and he's like, I gotta go now. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't think we should go out, guys.
Well, it's too big. It's too big, and it's like dumping and closing out some, and scary.
Yeah, it was so hollow and fast. Like we weren't used to that, and big. And I was like, I don't think we should go, guys. Being from Florida, and you could just go in there and feel it, like didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but one of the guys was like, I gotta leave tomorrow. The rest of us were staying the rest of the week, but he had to leave. He's like, I really want to go in. So we all went in, and it was me and like I don't know, 5 other guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 of them only rode boogie boards. They'd never done this before, right? And the others surf.
Yeah.
And they went out, and I paddled out a little bit, and I'm like, no, I could feel this is not right, And I was like, so I went back, and I'm sitting there at the beach, and they're all out there, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go out there because I know they're probably taking bets on if I'm gonna come out or not. So
sure.
I did go out, and I was there with them, and they're like, sure enough, they're like, hey, we were betting if you were gonna come out or not.
Sure.
And then so I was like, oh shit, though. I mean, and I didn't really have a board to surf those waves. It was more of a fun shape.
Gotcha.
And not for hollow closeout.
Right. Hollow and closeout is Hermosa. Hey, Karalyn, we did the Hermosa, but come on.
What?
We had surfed Hermosa.
You surfed Hermosa too. Okay.
With the hollow that. Yeah, it just jacks up, and it's like 5-6 feet. Yeah, and you're in a tube at some point.
Well, that day it was like 10, 12.
Giant.
Giant.
Yeah.
And I got out there. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get back in here.
Getting back in is a problem.
Yeah, because I was like, I know I'm not used to it, and I know the other guys weren't used to it too. One of the guys, the guy who had to leave the next day, he was pretty good. He was probably okay, but I was like, I don't know how. But then all of a sudden, like you could see off in the distance, there was the like cleanup set coming.
Nice.
And it was the biggest set of them all. And we were all kind of lined up.
Sure.
There was 6 of us. 2 or 3 of the guys were just on boogie boards, and we were watching it come, but it was at a point where you couldn't paddle over it. We were in a position you couldn't paddle over it, and you couldn't get away from it the other way. And I was like,
you had to take it.
Shit. Oh my God, this is not going to be good, right? I was scared.
Yeah, scared shitless.
And so I grabbed my board really tight. And so the guys on the boogie board, they had no idea because they never surfed before. They're like, hey, Karalyn, this is yours. I'm like, guys, hold on to your board because this is going to be bad. Just be careful, okay? So it comes, and I think it was like 14, 15 feet.
Yeah.
And it was
10-foot faces, 10-foot faces, but keep going. Yeah. Or bigger.
I was holding on, and all I could do was hold on, and it ripped the board out of me a few times, and it threw me under like 3 times, and I was just like hoping my leash didn't break and stuff.
Yeah, hoping the leash doesn't break.
Yeah, because I would have been drowned. But yeah, all I could do is hope it shot me back to the shore, which it did, with a lot of struggle in between, and it did to the rest of them too. And so like we got out of the sand finally, and like our friends that were on the beach came running at us. They're like, "Oh my God, guys, we were so scared. We just saw your little head get smashed by this huge wave, and we didn't see anybody for a while. We thought we were gonna have to call the ambulance."
Right, thinking people are like gonna drown. Yeah.
Yeah, all of us, you know.
Wow.
And I was like so happy I was like living. But then after, like, we were walking down the beach from that, and we were going back to the hotel, and then all of a sudden we just started laughing.
Hell yeah. Laughing.
Like, oh my God, like almost like, I don't know, maybe releasing nervous energy because you're like, oh man, we could have died there. You know?
Somebody could have drowned. Yeah.
Somebody could have drowned. That was so stupid. Why did we do that?
Karalyn, so exactly. Yeah. So I have a similar story. Hermosa, when it was the biggest, the day we went. We went the first day, and Scott and Keith both said it's too big. We're not going to go out there today. We're going to go back to Hako out in front of the hotel and surf, which we did. Second day, it was still big, but they're like, yeah, it's I forget what the term Scott used. It was so cool. It was it's deceiving. It's deceiving. It's not as big as you thought. Yeah. So anyway, all I could say is the time. I think what happened was on the second day, Keith and Scott went out because they were the only two capable of doing it, and they did great because they're just fucking great. The third day, me and Mike and Richard could go out, and I got caught in a. I caught the biggest wave I ever caught. But so to me, those were you described something a little bigger than what we saw, but there were like 8-foot faces. I would describe it 8-foot faces, like using the Hawaiian scale of marginal, so it looked 10 feet tall to me, but it was probably an 8-foot day where we could where the three others could go out and snapping leashes right and left. The first big wave I caught. Yeah. I caught it, tunnel, boom, went over in a 8-foot face, ate it, and leash just snapped.
Oh no. Like, were you okay?
Snapping leashes. And I wasn't the only one that snapped a leash. And yeah, I was fine. It's a sand bottom there. There's no rocks. That was one of the recommend. I said, Scott, I'll only go if it's a sand bottom, and he goes, Phil, you're in luck. It's all sand bottom. It's it's, it's not Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah.
It's not Hawaii with coral bottoms because I wouldn't have gone. I couldn't. I wouldn't do it. It's safe. Yeah, it's really cool. Wow. Well, we had quite a conversation about surfing there.
Yeah, we did.
Holy crap! Very cool.
I get the wetsuit now, so I can go back.
Yeah. California, the Trussels, and Sam. I had a friend, Sam Drasick, and he was just obsessed with California. And I did get to go out there once with on a shuttle recovery, and saw his cousin there and stuff. And Sam brought his board, and yeah, so it was shuttle recovery, landing in Edwards, but Sam was just going to stay 3 or 4, 2 or 3 days after and surf, which he did, and he talked about those spots, and there's that one. Did you ever see the videos of that scary place? That's like
where people die, the Trestles, right?
well, so
Mavericks, right?
Mavericks. Those videos, I'm like, I can't believe anybody would even attempt that.
I know.
Mavericks. It's Mavericks. There's a documentary about it. It's like men that ride big waves or something, and Mavericks has like a section. Jeez. I'm horrified.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it.
Yeah. I'm frightened just that they would paddle out at that place.
That wouldn't be fun to me. That'd just be like I'd be scared the whole time.
The water's like black. The water's black.
It's like what kind of great white sharks are out there too at the same time. It's probably going to be really cold. No, I'm not doing that.
It's Mavericks. That video was one of the scariest things I ever saw. And I don't think I've seen one since because I was like, holy shit. But anyway,
I'll do that.
This was too fun. Thank you for hanging out. And it would be like Bill Maher after. He has the after show or something. This is Bill Maher after show.
Bill Maher after show. Okay. I think we kind of did that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for doing this. And I think the first hour and 10 minutes were good stuff. And
yeah.
So,
well, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, and thanks again. I won't see you guys tomorrow, and I possibly will see Marshall's band Saturday if the wife is gonna go. So
okay, cool.
Right.
We'll have fun.
Yeah, and you guys too. So I don't.
Sure.
Probably at some point, and I have it written down here. Your incredible, wonderful bass player, Mike. He probably popped on at one point or time, or maybe you'll see it tomorrow. But anyway, shout out to Mike because he's played some in this past. I've only seen him with you.
Oh yeah, he's been in other bands.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's been in my band for the past 14 years. So
like a long time. Yeah.
Long time. Yeah.
He holds it down. He loves it. You can just tell. Just looking at him, he's locked in. He's loving it. Yeah, that's a killer gig.
Yeah. sure is. It's just fun.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Okay. We caught up. We'll have to see each other at KFC at some point. Do lunch. I'll come over to the Cape side, wherever you guys are, and do lunch because we never get over there ever. Yeah, we're over in OSB 2 and OSB 1. So
I have to go sometimes also, like, I was there all day yesterday for a simulated countdown.
Yeah. The sim, yeah. Sim.
Yeah.
For the rocket scientist out there. Yeah.
But, when I'm up, I'll let you know when I'm up there. I have to come up there frequently, especially now with the launch coming up. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Karalyn, well, thank you so much. I'm going to end the stream. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good night. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Bye.